Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to another match reaction. Barcelona 6 for 6. Barcelona able to beat Levante after what was a very difficult opening first half. Barcelona going down 2-0. But yet again, like the many times we've seen last season, Barcelona able to come back and reduce this deficit and get the victory despite difficult circumstances. We're going to be talking about the key details of the match. There were some very controversial moments that you're thinking, is it a penalty? Should Barca receive the penalty? Is it a yellow card? Etc. etc. But guys, before I do get started, make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. Everything's posted down below in the description, and as well the link to join the stream if you guys do feel free and want to discuss and debate about the game. Feel free. It's on X and on the post section on the YouTube channel. So go over there and just click on the link and you'll be able to join. But Barcelona, they started off pretty strong with Hansi Flick starting off with a very strong lineup. You had Joan Garcia in goal, Balde, Kouassi, Ron Rajo, and Eric Garcia. The surprise inclusion in the defense was Eric Garcia. He played 85 minutes, absolutely solid. But Jules Koundé, yet again, not starting. And I'm not going to say it's regards to fitness or anything like that, because Jules Koundé, he was among the Barcelona team for preseason, no injuries whatsoever. And so it's not necessarily of Jules Koundé not being up, to par. I just think that Eric Garcia is just playing that bloody well that he's starting ahead of Jules Koundé. And you feel good for Eric because he's deserved this. He's been playing absolutely fantastic. And it gives real competition to Jules Koundé. Whoever's playing better is going to play. Simple as that. In the midfield, Marc Casado starting ahead of Frenkie de Jong, as Frenkie de Jong during these past couple of days hasn't been really involved in the Barcelona training sessions, as he did welcome his second child. Congratulations to Frenkie de Jong. And so Marc Casado stepped in place for the Dutchman. And up top, you had Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Ferran, and as well you had the first official start of Marcus Rashford. And Marcus Rashford overall, very, very solid in the game, constantly causing danger to Levante's back line. And he was, I thought, really well. He was really well throughout the night. Multiple instances where he was causing danger, getting into really good positions. Just unfortunate that Barcelona going down 2-0 had to change things up. And that's where you brought on Marcus Rashford. I think it was harsh, but obviously very, very happy that he was able to get some minutes, a whole half. But in the next upcoming days and weeks, hopefully we see him get a lot more minutes. Ace Lionel, welcome. I'm still mad about the penalty, 100%. We're going to be talking about it because Levante, for their second goal, they received a very controversial penalty in which it dictated the match and how it's going to be playing now and everything. But for 100% sure, we're going to be talking about it. But Barcelona, they actually start off kind of seeding roughly around the 15th minute mark. It was this action right here. Eric Garcia stepping in to steal the ball. Levante player, I don't know which player specifically it was. I believe it was Martinez. I don't know. I can't really see from this angle. But he makes the run in behind. Barcelona caught lacking, not in the defensive shape in order to negate that counter. Levante, they were doing really well throughout most of the night in regards to their counterattacks. They really, prepared that. And they were able to cause a lot of danger to Barcelona's back line. Right here, it was a 4v3. 4v3. You had Ron Rajo, Kouassi, Balde. You had these three players up here making the run, the top three Levante players. And then you had the Levante right back. I believe his name was Toljan. Yeah, Toljan. He makes the run. Barcelona, they concede. And Kouassi, he was, I'm going to be honest, he got pretty cooked in that instance. And then you see Romero celebrate. Acelino says Rashford did a whole lot better than what Ansu Fati was given on last season. Well, Ansu Fati, he was going through it last season. Marcus Rashford actually being an option off of the bench and starting. But in the minutes that preceded that, Barcelona were trying to come back into the game. You had Lamine Yamal taking shots from inside the box, trying to generate pressure, put Barcelona back into the game. You had this instance right here, followed up by another particular shot just like this. Barcelona trying to aim for that top left-hand corner. And Lamine's overall game, I don't think it was perfect. I think he had a bad game. And when I say bad game, it's just I don't think that his decisions were necessarily poor, but I think his execution. Because Lamine Yamal got into multiple instances such like this, where he is in a position to shoot, in a position to pass, and he took the right decision. I'm not going to blame Lamine Yamal for taking the shot. I think this is a good opportunity. Him taking advantage of the Levante positioning, and he just wasn't able to get on target or just the defender blocked it. There were some other instances where Lamine Yamal, he was having a good opportunity, but the pass either went awry. It was an instance later in the second half, or just the shot didn't have enough power. And that was a reflection of most of the chances in that first half. This was another great opportunity right here between Rashford and Alejandro Balde. There was some interchange of positionings. Balde puts in a great cross. Ferran gets a touch, but he isn't able to have good enough contact in order to cause any danger to the goalkeeper. But following that chance, roughly around the 37th minute mark, you had this amazing opportunity in which this should have been 1-1. Pedri, he gave an absolutely brilliant ball in between the two defenders, guys. I'm trying to see an image in which I can show you guys, but that pass from Pedri to Ferran was brilliant. Ferran hits the crossbar, and you're thinking, man, this should be 1-1. This should be the equalizer, but it wasn't the case. But NJ, I want to say welcome. Barcelona able to come back after what was a difficult first half. What did you make of the game overall? Thoughts?
It's just, oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just one of those games where, like, you just have to overcome, and that, like, again, it wasn't the ideal game that we want to play, but hey, it's gonna be more like that more during the season, right? So might as well, like, encounter those kind of encounter those kind of match situation where, like, later on we can avoid it, right? So it
Yeah.
it's a good test for them now. Like, I rather see them like this now, not rather than later on during the latter stage of the season.
I can agree with you because you don't want Barcelona to be going into the season with a sense of arrogance, a sense of overconfidence,
Exactly.
because you want them to be ready and tested. Because you don't want them to be going into the season thinking, "Oh my God, we don't have to improve." There's
Exactly.
lots of things that this team
Yeah.
needs to work on in order to be the champions of the Champions League, which we do want to be, the champions of La Liga. There's a lot of progress to be made here, and this early wake up call saying, "Hey, we have to make sure that we're on top of our game," because in that early goal, we shouldn't be conceding that. Barcelona, they should not be, so
Yes.
poor
Exactly.
in their positioning in order to concede that. We should be tracking the runs. In the second goal, in which we do concede, which we are going to talk about, it was this instance right here. It was a controversial handball. We talked about it during the
Yeah.
the, the halftime during the match and everything. I don't think it's a penalty. I think Alejandro Balde, he has his hand close enough to his body where it isn't. He's even turning. There's multiple instances. You can even look at last season, for example, the game against Real Madrid,
Yeah.
the Chouameni handball, and same referee actually. And you're thinking, man, if this was another team, do you think it would have been called against Barcelona's favor? But it is what it is. Barcelona, they do concede the penalty. Joan Garcia isn't able to save it, and Barcelona go down 2-0. But Andy, just to get your thoughts once again, what are your thoughts on that controversial penalty decision?
I mean, for me, at first I thought it wasn't a fan. Then when I saw the video, yeah, it's a fan. But again, it depends on the referee. I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's the same referee from last year, but it depends on them. But yeah,
Okay.
overall, it is what it is. It happened.
No. And what was so crazy is this instance right here legit followed him. You can see right here at the top left, 48 minutes. It hits the Levante defender on
Yeah.
his hand. I'm watching it right here. You can see
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
wish I could zoom in on it, but I do understand how that instance, for example, isn't called, against them. I just don't know. La Liga
It's just, yeah.
referees,
It is
they
what
do
it
what they
is.
want. It is
Yeah,
what
it
it
is what it
is.
is. Because they got the yes from the president that, you call it, what you feel like it is, right? So it is what it is.
Uh-huh. But right after, we had a brilliant strike from Pedri, and he grew into the game. Pedri, he grew into the game, and towards the end of the match, he was awarded the MVP award, and he was brilliant. You see the quality that Pedri just gives, and he's by far the best midfielder in the world. But NJ, I want to ask you, what were your thoughts on his performance overall? Because I thought he started off a little bit slow, but he grew into the match.
Yeah, I agree. Overall, he didn't play bad. It's just that again, like it was hard for him to find the beginning of the game because again, because how they were parking the bus. Then later on, yeah, he grew, and then after that, he scored the goal. That's where he was able to like express himself more after that, which is
And I,
fair enough.
And I really want to highlight the last, I would say, 15, 20 minutes of the match because I was watching Pedri and the amount of work that he was doing off of the ball,
Yeah.
even towards, the last 5 to 10 minutes of the match, he was recovering the ball in dangerous
Hmm.
situations, relieving
Yeah.
pressure. There's this one instance where he was being man marked by two or three inside their own box, and he was able to get out of pressure, win the foul. And you're looking at Pedri's quality and you're thinking, if we're able to keep this guy fit for the entirety of the season, it's just magical.
He will work us again, because
Yeah, yeah.
he's not gonna play as a 10 anymore, right? So he's more safer than playing as a 10.
A deep line playmaker,
Yeah,
and then
exactly. Yeah.
following just 3 minutes later, you have a Ferran goal. Rafinha with the corner puts in the cross. Ferran able to get a nice little
He was
touch.
own goal. They said, but when I saw it, it was Ferran who headed it though, right?
No, no, no. You're talking
Oh,
about the
oh,
third
oh, no,
goal.
no,
You're
no,
you're, you're
never
talking
mind.
about the
Yeah, yeah,
winner.
never mind, never
I'm
mind. Forgot.
talking about
My bad.
the
My bad.
second
Forgot.
goal.
Forgot. I forgot that we were losing 2-1.
Yeah, yeah.
My bad. My bad.
It was a cross from Rafinha,
Yeah.
corner. Barcelona then able to get on the end of it, and then you see Ferran scoring, and it was a good goal. It was a good
Yeah.
goal. Ferran making up for this right here, for
That's not
missing
what you
this
get from
chance.
Ferran though. Like he will like piss you off, but when it matters the most, once he finds the spacing, he will add value in the game. So yeah.
Oh, 100%,
Yeah.
100%. But Barcelona right after, and I want to give credit to Joan Garcia because multiple instances,
Yeah.
Barcelona, they were put under pressure. Levante able to hit Barcelona on the counter. I felt so confident in Joan Garcia. Even though we conceded two goals, I place no blame on
Yeah,
Joan
yeah, yeah.
Garcia.
You can't really blame on the two goals because again, like again, like it 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 was just a team collective effort falling during the first half. So overall, with John Garcia, and like again, remember when you play for Barcelona as a goalkeeper, you don't get the chances of saving a lot of shots because again, 'cause we have the ball most of the time. But when games like this happens, we need to step up, and what you did, and you
Yeah,
showed.
yeah. I thought Joan Garcia was so solid, and I'm so happy that he's the first choice keeper after
I
a
told you, man.
brilliant,
I told you
after
last year.
yes, yes. Advocating for Joan Garcia. I'm so thankful that Barcelona were actually able to
Yeah.
go and get him. Another year of Ter Stegen, I would have just grabbed the shotgun and
I
and just
I
did
kind of
some.
missed I kind of missed that
No,
that
no, no,
Elgezabal
no, no, no. I do not
master
want to stick
relationship.
in the squad. I don't want to stick in the squad. But Barcelona, after equalizing, they still wanted to put on the pressure. Ferran able to continually cause danger. Ferran, even though he missed the first opportunity, he was getting into dangerous positions, able to
Hmm.
cause danger to Levante defense. He was able to get this header after a Rafinha cross. It's lofted, not enough power, but another instance where he's calling. And I want to hear your opinions on this instance right here, where Robert Lewandowski, you can see the Levante defender putting his leg in between Lewa. But what
Uh-huh.
did you make of this foul? Do you think it's a foul? Do you think Barcelona should have received the penalty right here or no?
Okay, so normally that would be the 10, but if you look at before the play before having that, Lewandowski put his hand on the guy's neck. That's why they were calling a foul on that first play. That's why. But if that first play didn't happen, yeah, it should be a 10. 100%
Okay.
would have. Yeah,
Okay.
you can see a flop, but again, you can see Lewandowski. He put his hand on the neck. Yeah,
Okay.
you can see.
Um, I agree with you. I think okay. I think it's soft. I
It
understand
is.
why the referee gives the foul against Lewandowski in that instance preceding this play, but this tackle right here is a penalty. I think if Lewandowski
Yeah,
doesn't put his hands
it is a
on the
penalty.
defender's face, I don't think that's a foul. I think the referee keeps on going, and then right here penalty, and then it's
Yeah,
3-2.
100%. That would have been a penalty for sure. But again, you can't put your hands on someone's neck. Come on.
No, no.
Even if it's soft, even if it's soft, you can't put your hand on the neck.
And the winner coming through a Lamine Yamal cross. Now, I didn't think that Lamine Yamal had his best game today. I thought his
Yeah, it
execution
happens.
was relatively poor on
Yeah.
multiple instances. I don't think that he was, as I said before, I don't think he was making the wrong decisions. Just the pitch, which was awful, puddles everywhere. I don't think it necessarily favored the way that we want to play football.
Yeah, it's just
Um,
part of it. Because like across Europe, when they like Syria and stuff like that, it happens to Syria as well. So yeah, it's part of it. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is.
no,
We
yeah.
we just have to deal, we just have to deal with it.
Okay, okay. Lamine Yamal able to put in a cross, and then it's an own goal from the defender, and Barcelona able to complete the comeback. It
Yeah,
wasn't a spectacular comeback. It's not
but
necessarily Barcelona
it's
playing
still a comeback. It is what it is.
100%. A comeback is a comeback. Barcelona getting the 3 points, and that's what matters.
Yeah,
That's what we want to do.
and also this is the type of the game that will help you out long the long run, like win the Liga. This will make the difference. So you know,
Absolutely. And looking at the La Liga table, guys, this victory, it already puts us ahead of Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid not starting off
yeah,
well. A loss and a draw in their opening two La Liga match days. And you can see them only with a point. Barca already having 5 points ahead of one of our rivals. And all we have to do is just wait to see how Real Madrid they do. I expect a victory from them, but you never know. An
yeah.
upset can always happen.
Like for me though, like we have to win every game. Maybe a minimum of two draws heading to El Clasico, which is right now we have to like win every game. I don't care if it's a beautiful football that we play or the most boringest. We have to win every game. Right so far, like it's not a matter of saying because because we only considered two goals and we're trying to like have the goal difference, right? We're chasing for the goal difference to help us win the Liga. So right now, fine, we made a lot of mistakes, but I expect them to like mm, fix it or more like be more consistent on it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Van Lee, he says, Levante low block was not good. It's a swimming pool pitch that affect us. The field 100% in Barcelona's ability to play smoothly and able to play a lot more comfortably. And I do think that this was done on purpose by Levante. Them, changing the field a little bit earlier. Overwatering the field, making it more difficult for Barcelona to play. Teams do this and everything, but the most important thing is that Barcelona, they got the 3 points. We
yeah.
got the job done, and now we're going to
Hmm.
be moving on. We're going to be moving on. We're going to be playing Rajo next weekend, I believe, actually. And that's when Barcelona, they're going to be looking to make it 3 out of 3, 9 out of 9 points,
Yeah.
and moving into the September international break into a perfect start.
Yeah.
But before we end off the video, NJ, any final thoughts that you want to discuss?
Yeah, yeah. So for me, for me, the reason why the game changed because we bought Gabi and Dani Olmo, and then that's what it made it easier for Pedri and Ferran to like click in.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you see Gavi having more protagonism now with, let's say, Frankie De Jong? Not necessarily
not
playing
really.
bad because, or just like
It just
they're
depends on
just
the game or situation. You bring Gabi on situations, per game.
okay.
Like he will play a lot of miss this season, but as long as it's a good matchup for Gabi, then why not? No.
Okay. Kudam, he says, "Hey, dude, how are you? I'm doing
I
well.
gotta
Thank you
go.
for
Peace
asking."
out, man.
Peace out, NJ. He says, by the way, in today's match, who is the man of the match? A playing coming box. I'm waiting for you. Man of the match, it was Pedri. Pedri was awarded the award. Let me see if I can bring it up and everything. Yeah, right here. Ran the middle of the pitch, scored a golazo, and was named man of the match. Pedri, masterclass by the Spanish midfielder. As I said, guys, Barcelona get the job done. Most important thing is that we remain at the top of the table. And next week, we're going to be looking to continue that. But guys, that was it for the match reaction. Thank you guys for stopping by. Barcelona winning despite the referees still trying to screw us over. We got the job done. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out, guys. Cuando me muera no quiero nada.